Friends, welcome back to Horticulture at Home. I'm here with a very special guest. If you are a fan of Fine Gardening magazine, you may recognize this beautiful face, this wonderful woman, Susan Calhoun. You are Plantswoman Northwest, a local landscape designer, a legend, someone I've actually respected for a very long time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
really nice.
No, absolutely. It's one of those things where I'm such a mega fan of people in my industry, and this series is very self-serving because I want to see when you have access to everything, what do you choose? What do you do in your own home? Because you are a creative woman and you are a literal plantswoman. So
it's all about the plants with me. I just the more plants, the better. And yeah, whatever I can do to add one more plant.
Well, and I will link to everything, Susan, down in the description below. But tell the people more about yourself. How long have you been in design?
This is probably, I think it's 28 years. And I started as an accountant and went back and retrained at South Seattle Community College and have a degree, a tiny degree in horticulture. I didn't want to be a landscape architect because I didn't care about drainage and parking lots. So I cared about plants.
Fact.
I cared about plants. So that's why I kind of focused on that and started my business out of Bainbridge Gardens. There was a really wonderful guy who used to own that, Junko Harui, and he hired me. And I started there on Bainbridge Island, which is a great place to work because they are really, really love gardens there.
They're passionate about landscaping.
Passionate, yes.
Passionate.
There's many gorgeous, gorgeous gardens there. So, so that's why I got going.
Oh my, I love it so much. And this current home, when did you purchase your home? When did you move into this space?
In 2015. So I've been here just 11 years.
11 years. You've covered a lot of ground in 11 years because this is a big property.
It is. It's 3.5 acres, and it was 3.25 acres of grass and blackberries when I moved in. It's got a great water view and you couldn't see the water. So it's been a big project, but I was at my previous house and I had a plant in my hand and I was wandering around going, I don't have one more place to put this plant. So instead of ripping something else, I came and bought 3.5 acres. So
perfect.
The house was just like, not great, but
yeah,
it didn't matter. This mattered. The property mattered. So it's been a great, great spot.
And I feel like you still have room to grow. And in fact, we're going to show you as part of the tour a new garden you're developing. And I want to hear all the details. We're going to get the juicy hot goss. But I want to take you off the stand. We're going to jump into your garden. And I think we should start in your first garden you created here because it is super duper special.
Oh, my tropical garden?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, off we go.
You have to duck.
You guys, come on in. This is so good. Duck under the chocolate mimosa. So this is the tropical garden. And honestly, was there a first jumping off point? Did you have a first plant that you put in the ground?
Yes, it would be that loquat tree.
Oh, gorgeous.
That one is, it was hard for me to find. I found it down in Oregon and I was just beside myself because my client at the end of the island has one. He has a tropical garden that has lemons, limes, non-hardy bananas. He's got so many great things and he had a loquat tree and it's just so lovely. So
I feel like I need to do an entire video series on citrus in Seattle. It's like Sleepless in Seattle.
I know, right?
Because you can actually grow citrus up here.
You can.
And I'm going to give it a go this year.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And then as we move in here, you're doing, look at this. Hidden, gorgeous leaf print. Where is this from? Is this one of yours?
No, this is Little and Lewis.
Oh.
But you can tell it was broken. And I just glued it together because I just love the shape so much. I just really, really wonderful. So
that shape I feel like is built for the Northwest. Look how it's capturing all of that moss.
It's very cool.
So good. And you play a lot with color. So did you have a specific color story coming in through here?
I did not. This one I was just super experimental and This grass, I love Anamethlea lawsoniana. It's just one of the, it's messy but it holds the water, it holds the dew. It's just got this beautiful hum about it. I just feel like it just hums in here. And so no, it's just pretty much anything tropical. You'll maybe see 3 or 4 places where I'll have pink in my garden, but mostly it's bright oranges. It's lots of contrast between dark and light. And in here, there's a lot of ginger, some of it from Dan Hinckley and some of it from Kelly at Far Reaches. But I just love that feeling. I went to Hawaii for the first time probably about 30 years ago now, and I fell in love with Hawaii. And I thought, if I can do that, there's actually a book, Tropical Plants in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, really?
Years and years ago. And I'm like, well, I can do that. So there's all different types of ginger in here. There's obviously this banana, and then there's a big Scheffleria. You can just see it's pretty new in here. Can you see him?
Yes.
And this is one from Dan Hinckley as well.
I was going to say, looks like a Dan Hinckley special right here.
Yes. And pretty soon, I mean, this is the 3rd year for it, but it won't be long and it'll be as big as these other guys. And then it'll look really cool in here.
The underside of the leaf is phenomenal.
I know. It's just
look at that.
So cool. Yes.
This is a play on texture as well. This is so
I'm very much into texture because often, things go out of bloom and that just feels dull.
Yes.
So that texture keeps you going. It keeps it just really exciting. So that's what I try to do.
Oh, your seed heads are also holding the landscape. I feel like if anyone out there is interested in grasses, specifically grasses for the Northwest Garden, just get out a notepad and start taking notes because you have some of, I think, the best of the best on really, really fine display. Do you find that your travels inform your garden?
Yes, I do. I went to Greece 2 years ago and I just came back wanting to do Mediterranean and so I've and you'll see it later, a gravel garden.
Yeah,
you
love
know?
it.
And I was just shocked and amazed. You just walk through and there were autumn snowdrops blooming because we were there in October, and cyclamen all over. It was like, this is where it really lives. Okay, that is its home. And then to bring that back, that means to me, I'm like, oh, I remember when I was in Greece. Or I remember this reminds me when I was in Hawaii. There's a hibiscus tree that's not blooming yet back there that has big hibiscus on it. You can grow those in the Pacific Northwest. So, so I push that boundary of Pacific Northwest into places I've been and places I love. So I do.
You're imbuing a lot of memory into this space.
Yes.
Memory is so beautiful in the garden. And then back here, it feels very Northwest, but the two are speaking to each other. Can you tell me about this tree here?
That's a Garia. It's a Hawaiiensis.
And
hopefully I say that right. And those are its little catkins. Those will be next spring. Those come out and just hang like icicles.
Is this like straight species? Like it's not
that
one's
Issaquahensis. So it was actually found in Issaquah. That's all that means.
No.
Yeah.
Locally in Issaquah. Okay, Issaquah is just east of Seattle.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and so none of this was here. This was all just grass and blackberries. Okay, but there's a neighbor there that I didn't want to see. So she's disappearing.
She's disappearing quickly. We love her, but bye-bye.
Yeah, you're out of here.
See you later. Oh my gosh. And more of these gorgeous statuary. You know what I think is interesting? When you do art, you're tucking it in. Like it's not on display. It's like nestled. It's almost eaten alive by your plants.
And I have noticed in other gardens that it just kind of is just sticking out there like that. And that I want it to feel like it's part of the garden.
Absolutely.
I really do. I don't want it to say, oh, I'm going to put a piece of art here. There's glass in here. This we created for a Northwest Flower and Garden show. There was have you done
a display garden?
I've done 7. Yes.
How did I not know you've done 7?
It was a long time ago.
I'm cooking on number 5 this year.
And I hadn't seen your stuff until last year. It was really awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you feel like getting back in the saddle, Looking for volunteers. No.
All right,
Oh
I could
my
do that.
gosh. Yes.
But yeah, no, so Lil and Lewis are a great couple of guys that are just amazing and their work's really amazing. But they kind of stopped doing it and they moved to Mexico for a while. They're back a little bit now, go back and forth, I think. So I had to fake it. So these are fake pillars.
Oh, well done. Well done. Listen.
And then I grew ivy on them, which was a mistake.
But you know what I love?
Because I had to pull the ivy off. Because
look at this. It looks like a fuzzy. You know what it looks like? It reminds me of like coconut palms.
yeah.
Doesn't it?
Well, the ivy had the pillars going this way because they were all like leaning this way. I'm like, okay, no.
Like, and here we go.
I have to take the ivy off. So I had to take the ivy down. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. It now has like a coconut husk finish.
It does.
I'm very on brand.
I'm going to use that.
Do it. It is yours. Borrow away.
Definitely.
Okay, and here's another sweet little moment where it's just tucked in. What is growing in here?
This is a locust.
No.
Yes, and it will bloom because you can tell the water's getting a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
But it will stick up a bloom pretty soon. And it's kind of a really cool
Right
peachy
here.
color.
Is that it?
It could be. Yeah. So it's really a cool peachy color. It'll come up and it'll be like hanging out here with these little peach flowers on it.
What do you do to take care of this? Is it just holding still water?
It's just still water. Yep.
And then what are these little guys?
They come in if you buy pretty much in any nursery. If you buy a plant that's a water plant, you get this little milleflora.
Free gift with purchase.
Is what it is. Yes, exactly. But they don't seem to mind it. So it's okay. And I don't do anything in the wintertime. It stays here. I used to take it in, put it in the greenhouse. It would die every year. So I don't do that anymore. I just leave it.
Just let her buck.
Yeah. And then, it'll get ice on it. Not so much last year, but a lot of times it'll get about an inch of ice on it. But it doesn't matter because it's frost proof, so it's not going to crack. So yeah.
Wow. And I love, again, we're just tucking it in, just nestling things in.
And these again, so this is a plant from Hawaii back here. This is a big, I think it's called the Queen Lily. And it just takes a long time in the Pacific Northwest. In Hawaii, it's done in June, but here it's not there yet. So it will be.
Gosh. And then when we transition, do you feel like, are we at the transition point?
We kind of are. Yeah, exactly.
I love that you're using pathways, natural materials, low moments. You're sweeping up into the next landscape. Talk to me about this next journey, because I saw this a couple months ago in its infancy, and now it is a riot.
Oh, yeah.
It is a riot. It is
crazy.
Juicy.
Yep.
I love it. Oh my gosh. So talk to me. This is your grass garden.
This is my grass garden.
How old is this garden?
It's about, I would say this is the 4th year for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So grasses are pretty, they grow well. And this grows without any extra irrigation. I will say I have irrigated it the last couple of weeks, just once or twice a week, just because there's a lot of not just grasses in here, which I like the contrast between grasses and the perennials that are in here. And I want pollinators to come in here. I want people to enjoy that kind of texture that goes back and forth and on. And that's what that contrast in textures is really what draws your eyes and really makes it exciting. So
I'm excited to show people some combinations in here too, because what you're doing is you're playing with a lot of like seed head and undertone, and a lot of those, we think of grass as just like a texture, but it's really dynamic, and I want people to see what you're pairing together.
Okay.
Can we talk about this one also, by the way?
Yes. Now this is Molina Sky Racer, which was one of the first grasses that I ever had in my garden. And I just fell in love with it because it has this beautiful vase shape. And miscanthus is a little stiffer. It's a little bit more like, I'm here.
This is me. I'm on attention.
That's right.
Yeah.
But this is like, aren't I lovely? He just does this all the time. There's a whole bank of it on this side. So that was one of the first parts that I did, along with this hornbeam, which is a fastigata. That one's Franz Fontaine. So I loved that grass. And so there's a lot of that in here, and I've kind of had to move it back. You can see I've cut about half of these off just so you could get through this pathway. But I refuse to move it because I like walking by it.
I do too. It invites touch into the garden,
Uh-huh.
which I feel like gardens are sensory experiences.
Oh, absolutely. They should be.
They absolutely should be. And you're also weaving in, I see a bunch of like gorgeous agapanthus.
Yes.
You want it down? Whoosh.
Yes, I love agapanthus. And people have said, how do you grow good agapanthus? And I'm like,
You chuck it in.
you check it in, you make sure you get one of the hardy ones because there's a lot of them out there that aren't hardy, that are only hardy to like zone 8 or zone 9. And that can be kind of iffy. Zone 9, absolutely. I don't know what USDA is thinking, but it won't ever be a zone 9.
We need to lobby against this. I'm like, zone 9, my eye.
Let me invite you out here.
Yes, come take a visit.
Yeah, and then I started putting some pineapple lily in here because I thought that really was a nice contrast in texture as well. So that's pretty new. The last year I've started adding that. So you'll see a bit of that.
Do you remember what variety this is? Sorry to interrupt.
That one is Pole evincii.
Okay.
Okay. Eucomis Pole evincii.
It's getting a little bit of peach in it, which is talking to the echinacea below it, and your lilies right here.
And I love that echinacea. It's called Aloha.
Oh.
And I don't know why, but it's soft enough, and yet it's got a real deep saturation of that color. So some of them are just too bright, and you're just like, oh my God. And then this one just feels so subtle, but it changes as it matures, which is a lovely apricot
you can see
color.
that there. It's like aging out so gracefully.
Yeah, and then I put it with, this is a yarrow called terracotta, and it picks up that same color.
Love it.
So I love that.
Man.
Love that combination together.
What you're also doing is this Salvia caradona. It's obviously one of my favorites, but you're popping it up into the Verbena bonariensis and then back into this grass, this gorgeous switchgrass. Which one is this?
That one is Shenandoah.
Oh, Shenandoah. And
Don't you love that? And it's short too.
It. Well, and then you did it again because you popped it back up into the cotinus, the smoke bush. Like, it is gorgeous. You want to talk about how to layer, Susan. Take a bow, girl. Take a bow.
I like to see things at different levels all the time. And I don't cut this back. A lot of people like, well, Judd had that and it will have a new blush. But I love how that it softens out as the fall comes in and it progresses. I feel like it still has great structure. The leaf still looks great. And it's not bright in your face anymore, but it's like kind of peaceful and like fading out into fall, which is, what fall happens.
What we do.
Yeah, exactly.
And then back in here, this is like the color story that makes my heart sing. The oranges, the purples, the blues.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of agapanthus from Dan Hinckley. It's just...
He's a big agapanthus fan, isn't he?
He's
millions. Like a super fan.
He has millions of agapanthus, yes.
Now, I can't even begin to dissect the grasses in here because you're using stuff that I don't ever use. Can you tell me this big beast right here?
I cannot.
Is that a Cislaria?
No.
No.
I'll have to look it up. I put that in last year, and it's at the front entry, too, and I do like it. I do like how low it is. It almost looks like a Stipa gigantea. In other words, all the foliage is low, and it really throws its inflorescence up in the air, okay? And this year, we just reworked this garden last year because I had put this really cool grass in here. And I put it back there because I like to see it from behind. And this was tall grass in here. But then I was like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. I need to see that. So I took all the big grass and I shoved it in the back, which you can see that in the back. All that was in the front because this made this really great little secluded pocket of really beautiful color and privacy. So I kind of lost a little privacy, but those will get bigger again this next year because they were just moved. But this is a great Muhlenbergia and it's called Flamingo. And this one's a little slower right now just because it got moved, but there's a bunch of them in here. And I'll show you one that's in bloom down there. It's just starting to bloom. Muhlenbergia really is late, okay? It really blooms late, but it's worth waiting for. Okay.
Do you find that Muhlenbergia is one of those grasses that people sleep on and then every year you get text messages like, what is this? What is this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it looks like nothing. It's mixed.
Mhm.
It's all mixed in here right now. But next month, this will all be this purple. It's called plumtastic. Most of it's plumtastic. This plummy, purpley, pinky, like vibrant, just like on fire.
And it throws the eye too. It's like it feels murky and ephemeral, and like you can't quite put your finger on what the plant is doing.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So yes, definitely.
And well-placed chairs. I
Yes.
love a Heidi spot.
Yeah, and so right from here, you can still see the water. This is one of my favorite grasses. This one's called Andropogon Blackhawks. I got somebody from Monrovia called and asked, could you tell us how you grow this? Because nobody likes this grass and we want to sell more of it. And I'm like, how can you not like this grass? But you have to be patient, okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like much in the winter, doesn't look like much in the spring, but then it does this. And it has these beautiful little tiny seed heads that are orange on it, which are just like so cool. So yeah, that is just a great grass. And then it gets this really vibrant red in the fall when it starts getting cooler again. It's just cool.
Can I sing your praises one more time? Can we just
Oh, do you see my little purple in there?
Look at that purple. I love, oh my gosh, I need to watch my microphone because I get so excited. Look, that little pop in the middle with the eucomis pulling back up here into the grass and then come this way because it's like I can't tell which angle I like best.
I know.
Looking back this way, my goodness, this echinacea, is this standard purpurea or do we know?
That's just purpurea. Yep.
Love this. But do you see how the little bitty bits of orange pull down into the center? We're sharing undertones here. It's like dusky and moody, and this is a juicy combination. Everyone out there on the internet, please steal it.
You can.
And then when you come, someone comes to your garden and be like, Susan told me to do it. And is this more of the terracotta?
Yes.
I love that you get so much variation.
So much different color. Absolutely.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yes.
What is this?
It's a gladiola. It's a species glad. Yep.
Oh man. Because it's still going and my glads are done.
Yeah, no, and it just keeps going. So you'll see there's even new ones coming up. So a lot of people don't like yellow in the garden, and I don't know why.
You know, I was just having a conversation with Sue Getz about this. Do you know Sue?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sue Getz, another like
amazing
mistress.
Yes.
Like Matrona in the garden. And we were talking about yellow in the garden. And I honestly think it's because people have like they can't place the yellow. But when you see what it does to other plants, and they're like, oh yeah, yellow in my garden.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So this is Crocosmia Butter Bluff.
I've never seen this one.
So this is one of Dan Hinckley's, and he gave me one plant. And he said, put this someplace where you can let it be what it wants to be because it will be nothing else but in your face. And I'm like, okay.
You're like, okay.
So I did. And I love it. I love it in here.
It's beautiful.
I like it. You know, sometimes it looks bad. I've only have 2 crocosmias in here. I have one here and a red one around the corner. And I don't have any other crocosmia in here because sometimes it can look really bad unless it's put with something else that will sustain itself, because all of this is creating a nice pocket for it to be in without it just sticking up there and saying, oh, I'm done, you know, so.
Oh, that is hard when you get a perennial that you love for like 3 weeks and then you're like, well, I guess that's it.
It's over. Yeah. So I mix it so that there's other grasses and other things that are coming in and taking over when it's looking kind of bad.
Gorgeous.
And this, I don't know if you've ever seen this one growing at, this is called Toto grass. And it's from New Zealand, and Dan Hinckley had about 1 million of them. And that really, really bad, huge, terrible coldness that we had.
Yes.
They all died except for this one.
Except for this one?
And he said, you can have it.
Get it out of here.
I don't like it. It's terrible. So I put it in. This is its 2nd year, but I saw them growing in another garden. And I'm like, I'm going to have to move it.
It's magnificent,
so
and she's big.
She's like,
yeah, she's like, I would like my own planter bed,
yes.
and it needs to be 16 feet wide.
Yes.
But sensational seed head.
And it's you know, they tried to put it with like pampas grass family.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on its own now. So it's called toto grass.
Oh,
I know the botanical, but it's
it should be on its own because a pampas grass is like I feel like that's almost like a slight.
yeah.
Ugh.
It's like where I say rats go to die because we've dug up so many on the beach. If you ever dug one up on the beach and you pick it up in the excavator and you go like this, the rats all fall out because that's where they love to be.
Look at this gorgeous combination in through here. This is lovely. And you don't do a lot of pink. But here it is. At home with all of these warm tones.
It's kind of purpley though.
Yes, absolutely.
It's much more purpley. Yeah. So this one is Echinacea Pretty Parasols, which is really pretty, obviously. But what it does in here, which I think is so cool, is that it picks up the pinky, reddy, plummy tones that are in this grass, which is little blue stem grass. And I love that combination. I love that pieces in there. And it holds its own. Again, this doesn't get a lot of water. So this stuff, if you want to grow great echinacea, don't water it. That's all I have to say. And then this grass, which I got several years ago from Blooming Nursery, they don't grow it anymore. And it's just the coolest grass. This is a miscanthus, but it just looks so much better than so many other miscanthus. I should have looked the name up on this one again.
It is so cool. And then look how you're playing with the seed heads again.
And all that little bits of yellow in there is all being picked up by the rest of the yellow that's going on. I love yellow in the garden.
Oh, man, you're really making me rethink yellow. Although what's funny is I've been dying to have more yellow in my garden, but it's got to be the right yellow.
It's got to be the right yellow.
I don't want Crayola crayon yellow. I want barely there. I want buttery. I want deep golden.
Yeah.
Every time you stay out of the center, I feel like you get really rich.
Yeah. I left that in there because it's really kind of on the big side, but I just, I just felt like you just want to be there, and you look lovely this summer. So,
but look how beautifully it competes with these massive grasses. This sucker's holding its own.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's not intimidated by those.
No, this is. I'm already dying over this. Look at this Amsonia.
That looks so cool in the fall.
You've got it over here. You've got it on the far side. You're gonna get crazy good fall color.
There's another cool echinacea that I'm starting to like a lot, and it's called Fiery Meadow Mama. And it comes out that bright. Again, I love it in the fall when this stuff starts to just kind of mute out. So it starts out really bright, and it goes really well with this Nymphofia, which is, I think, Mango Popsicle.
Another great
and then
one.
Again, that terracotta is being its own self. It's got a little bit of orange in it still. So it's, it mixes well and stays mixing well.
This echinacea is wild.
Isn't that cool?
It's so funny because you're using this as a bridge element. So you're pulling together all these different color stories. That is phenomenal.
It's really fun.
And look at it just age. It's just like it melts into fall.
It does.
I love that.
I love that too. I think that is awesome.
Okay, can I ask you a question? This is one of my favorite things about being in a garden with a Plantswoman. I find a plant, I'm like, what the heck is this thing? What is this?
That's just that simple Catenacea?
No way.
I love it, and I love this
cooler than I thought it was.
I know you don't hardly you see it and people don't buy it, and I don't know why, because it's really, really fun in here.
Oh, it's gorgeous, and I feel like it pulls right down here with your little holly.
Yes, I've got a couple of those echiums in here.
Ooh, they're really good. Fun.
Yes. So this is the flamingo. It's just getting ready to start here, and that's how big it is in the fall. Okay. So this one didn't get moved. This one got a little more water this year, so it's already pushing its blooms out. But it's just the coolest color.
This is very cool.
And it waves in the late fall. You have to come back in the fall when it is just like sticking out here and just going fabulously crazy. And then this is all pink mullygrass in here, and all of this is pink mullygrass too.
This is so amazing. Now, and I love also, you guys, talk about this as an end cap for a vista. This is beautiful. Just like a nice vessel.
Yeah.
Just really simple. Just like the end.
The end.
Punctuation mark.
Yes.
Oh my, and is this just kind of back to Brambly land?
Yeah, so that's where my debris pile is.
Love it.
So it's hidden behind this huge native rose hedge, which is, it has its purpose.
It
So
has its purpose.
it's been there forever and it just gets to stay there. So yes.
Do you find that people sometimes when they design, they forget you need like a refuse area?
Yes.
Now, just over to my right, can we talk about this area? I want to pop through because I think this is really important for people to see. Some people are afraid to show their ugly bits on the internet. I love to. First and foremost, as per usual, garden dogs in attendance. This one is very good at finding the lens. She's got a very photographable face.
She does. Yes.
Behind us, this is the next iteration.
Yes.
This is why she bought the property. So it's like garden, garden, garden.
I know. I have more plants that need to go in the ground.
I love it. So do you have a dream yet for this area?
It's going to be a extension of the grass garden.
Okay.
But I will use different types of grasses. I do a lot of experimentation in my garden. And sometimes I'll put something in and I'll just, oh, one of those is not enough. I need to have like 10 more. And sometimes I'll put one in and say, I don't care if I ever see another one. So anyway, so it'll extend on these. The view back here isn't great because it's got a bunch of old alders and it's right on a bank. It's not a high bank, it's just a small bank, but they will eventually be gone. So I just need to make sure that something here is really nice to look at. Yeah. So I think it will be, it'll be mostly a grass garden again. I have some new ones I have never tried before, so I'm gonna put some more in. I probably have about, I would say I probably have maybe about 125 different varieties of grasses.
That's a lot of grasses.
So, yeah, it is. And I just love them. And I love them evergreen. I love them not evergreen. I love them bright colors and really muted colors. So it's always a super interesting thing to do to learn something new.
So this is a new area of the garden.
That's
freshly developed. Only a few plants coming in here.
Right. And they look pretty sad right now, but they are not dead. Okay, they've only been watered like twice since they went in, but they're not dead. So that was my big test because this needs to be drought tolerant. It needs to be this kind of gravel garden where the drainage is really good and these plants love that. Did you hear that? You love this garden.
You love this garden.
This way, the way that I planted you.
We're gonna will them into life.
Yes, absolutely. So there's a manzanita here, which is doing fine too with very little water. Some of these were from California. This is limonium. There's a boblina over there, which is very different. And there's a little mini echium over there.
Oh, cute.
And that has been in a pot for like 2 years. That's been in a pot. So I put it in the ground here and it's fine. It's okay.
I love it.
And that's another one of those. It's barely hardy, but if you've got really good drainage, you can grow it. So we're going to experiment with this and hopefully it'll look like something more than this, better than this.
But what's
next
great
year
is you actually film a lot of these projects and you're not afraid to trial and error and be really honest about that. And I think that's so beautiful because you also talk about this a lot on your Instagram too.
Right.
Like different things you're working on. Like let's have a good chit chat about what actually works. Also, bonus points for a killer view for a gravel garden.
I know.
It's not terrible.
Well, and this had to stay low. This is a good place to put it because the house is up there and you're looking across it. You don't want anything that's tall here.
Yeah.
You want to look right across to the water and there's a little fire pit area down here.
So fun. Oh my gosh, this is mega low tide. As a kid, I would be out there with rubber boots on.
Mud.
Oh yeah, just in the mud getting after it. There's an adorable dock and a tiny boat, but you can't really go anywhere. Do you like float around? No. She uses it for weeding.
I weed.
I feel like that's a whole image that I have in my brain. I don't even want to see it in real life. I just have it lodged in my memory forever.
Yes, I just go over there. You can see where the cattails, because if you keep the channel clear, this stays clear.
Okay. Interesting.
So otherwise it gets this green film on it.
And so you just stay in the channel.
Yep. So I just go over there to the channel and get it cleaned out.
So this next part, I love it for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, behind the camera is giant windows in your living room.
Uh-huh.
And you've opened up this wall so you get to take in this incredible pond. You have massive koi in here. And then also, it seems like it's this really fancy formal thing, but what you've done is you've sculpted waves into your boxwood hedge.
Yes.
And now, was this boxwood hedge here?
No, I planted it.
You planted it?
It was only grass.
Wow.
I planted that eucalyptus too.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
I know, it's giant.
How old are your fish in here?
Some of them are 15 years old. When I moved here, I moved from another place, and I inherited the fish from an ex-husband. So I moved into this place and had to dig a pond.
Immediately.
Yes.
Forthwith.
Yeah,
oh my goodness. And what have you chosen for your backdrop back here? You have the 5-star jasmine.
So that one is the yellow jasmine. It's the tracheospermum, but it's the yellow variety. So it's really kind of pretty. Again, the yellow in the garden is not a bad thing. And then this is the Boston ivy, the Parenthos. I can't say that correctly either. And it's supposed to be variegated, which you can see there's a tiny bit of variegation left, but it still colors so beautifully. So I just let it go. Yeah, it's fine. So interestingly enough, this is one of the very first designed beds that I designed in this garden. So everything in this garden was very intentional. There was no hodgy-podgy things in here. It was very intentional. So this blue, that bright green, the purple mixing in there, and then the dark purple that's mixing in there as well. And there's some shrubs. A lot of people aren't using shrubs anymore. I think shrubs are super important. So there's spirea white gold in here, and a beautiful manzanita that has a beautiful kind of blue tinge to its leaves. It's so beautiful.
I was going to ask you what that was because I don't know this variety of manzanita.
Yeah.
Can I?
May
I traipse through your garden?
This came from Zira Plants.
Oh, Zira has cool stuff.
Yeah. So this one is a usurper. It came in. This is Persicaria golden arrow. So,
but look what it's
got a little going on there.
It's got a little going on.
And we've got a little maroon in here, and that's the new Bonarensis. That's a new verbena. That's the new one.
Oh, I am
that little spiky thing
with this.
Yes, it's so cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I feel like I need that. You know what's so funny? I feel like it harkens back to your andropogon grasses in a weird way.
It does, yeah.
I don't know why, but it really works.
It's really pretty. I really, really like it.
This is the first garden I've ever seen it in.
Oh,
Bravo.
yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah, I like it.
Now back here is another really cool area, I think. We're going to watch. I mean, all of these areas are cool, Susan. But what's really fun is one thing that I first actually was watching online of stuff that you did was talking about roses in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah.
Because we actually have really amazing rose growers here, but it can be a challenge because we're basically soaking wet 5 months out of the year.
Yes.
It's so fun to see us transition from these wild spaces into something that is more clipped. It's more formal. You feel held, much similar to your grassy gardens, but this feels like a different type of holding. Did you have a vision for this space?
I did. I really wanted something traditional English garden. I just really did. Grasses are so varied and they're just so fun, and there's just so much about them that is just so welcoming and really feels really wonderful. Same way with the tropical garden. You just go in there and you go like this. But here you can just come in and kind of go, oh, I'm just going to take a breather. I'm just going to enjoy the sound of the koi pond. And if you look back, you can see, especially in the winter, you can see the water really well. But the sun comes in here and hits this area and warms it up. And it's got some shelter. And I don't know, you saw that the hedge in the front has this ripple effect.
Yes.
If you can see, it does here as well.
Oh, I love that.
And I love about English gardens, I love walled gardens. So this gives me the sense of having a walled garden, only it's just a big hedge. So it's a big hornbeam hedge. It turns a beautiful rusty color in the fall. And behind it is a viburnum hedge. So I still have evergreen back there. And so in the
Oh,
winter
is
time,
it that a cool tip?
I still don't have to look at my neighbor. So,
Hedge on hedge action.
yes, hedge on hedge.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, so peonies in here. There's all kinds of peonies in here. Right now, it's feeling very relaxed. This is a really cool bulb. I don't know if you guys know. This is Galtonia.
Ooh,
And
cool.
so it's just finishing. I left it up. You can deadhead it if you want to, but you can kind of see it just has these little bells. And I love snowdrops. So this is like a summer snowdrop almost, only it's not the summer snowdrop that is the low one. This one is a really cool one.
Really
So
tall.
I love throwing white in here every once in a while. This is Amsonia. And I'll tell you, in the fall, when this Amsonia turns its colors, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful, especially with the background of the barberry back there.
Yeah.
And this big hydrangea also turns, but it still has purple blossoms on it.
That's
that
cool.
Aspera. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's a really nice hydrangea. So yeah.
And you have roses scattered in here as well. And
Yes.
are these just a lot of different experimental varieties, ones that you've loved, ones that you have known for a while?
Nope. They
No.
just came because when you do garden design, people say, take out those roses. I don't like them. And I have a hard time throwing anything away.
Me too.
So this came from people saying, I don't want that rose, and I put them in here. And then sometimes I find out why they don't want it, and I take it out too. But a lot of times I give them a chance in here. And this one is, I have a bigger rose garden now, surprise, surprise. But this was my first foray, jumping into rose gardening right here. And I've learned a lot about it. So this one's getting better and better and better. It'll be better again next year. This is really bad soil. This is the worst soil you could ever put a rose in.
What's going on below the surface?
It's all clay. It's when we dug this out, when we dug the pond out, we just dumped all that
over here?
yucky clay soil over here.
And so is it like the hard compact clay? Is it just mucky?
Yeah, if you dig in there, it's gray. You know, you could make pottery out
Throw
of
it on a wheel.
I swear to God, you can. Yeah. Don't be tempted by having a garden and saying one plant and saying, oh, I'm going to put it there. You know, think about the overall concept before you just pop something in, which is more important, because then it just stays consistent and it always looks good. And that's one thing you really want. In many areas of your garden, experiment. But in some areas of your garden, just have it done.
Yeah, just this is, I mean, we are busy people, and not everything can be a high touch area.
Right. It's true.
Because that's how you burn out on gardening.
Yeah.
Can I show our friends on the internet your rose garden? Because I drool over your head, over your fence on the daily. It's so good. Can we go?
Yes, you can. Except,
okay,
it needs deadheaded again, which who knew? I'll tell you about roses when we get up there.
Okay. So talk me through your gate, because this is so beautiful.
So there's a guy on the island. His name's Dick Strom, and he does these. And I have a client that has one around her vegetable garden. There's a lot of deer on the island, and I'm talking about Bainbridge Island. And I've never had deer here, but I felt like if I was going to plant a real rose garden, which this is a real rose garden, the other one's an experimental rose garden, but this one's a real rose garden, that it's kind of like that old movie. If you do it, they will come. You know, if you make it, it'll come.
Field of Deer Dreams.
Field of Deer Dreams. Yes, Field of Dreams. So I thought I should just do it. So I had him come and do it. I wasn't even here. I was here.
The trust.
Yeah, I said, okay, this is what I want. He's like, okay. He showed me pictures. I said, good. And then I have a fountain over here, and I said, and I want it to go around the fountain. I don't want it to go straight. I should go around the fountain. So you'll see, he got it to curve around the fountain, which is an artist if somebody's doing that with metal, you know. So anyway, so here's my more traditional garden, my more traditional rose garden. And I've been really experimenting and been intrigued. I've seen a lot of stuff online about people don't want to grow roses because they don't want to dedicate a whole area to roses. Like this is the rose garden. But a lot more people are starting to use some of the really good hardy ones that don't get a lot of black spot in regular traditional beds.
Mm.
So it's been very, very cool. I've seen a lot of that, and I'm going to start integrating roses into those perennial beds from now on in my designs, because people love roses, but they think they're scary and they're hard to deal with, and they get this and they get that, and they're not really happy. And but that's not true. So and you can see in here, there's some things in here that aren't super happy, but most everything is happy in here. And there's no, I don't spray. I don't have, the only thing I do is fertilize and water, and they like a lot of water, and it's underground water. It's not overground water. So those are the really important things.
Oh my gosh. I'm already looking in here. I'm like, these are glossy leaves. These are happy roses.
Yeah. And I don't, having good air circulation, it's in full sun. And the fence doesn't block any sun or anything. So that's really good. But the minute I did put these roses in, the deer did come. There's a couple of bites out of that one over there. They don't eat them all, but
they sample. They
sample.
taste test.
Yes. And then, of course, the lavender doesn't stay where it's supposed to go either. So it's a little, and I love this. I love this particular lavender.
Which one is this one?
It's, it's a Spanish lavender that, and I'm not a big Spanish lavender fan.
But this is beautiful. It's soft.
I haven't been asked what that was for a long time. So there you go.
Okay.
And then this is a variegated lavender. So it has variegated leaves. But no, it's so pretty. And I'm not a big fan of them. I like the more traditional English lavender. But it's a good one.
I like the combination of them too.
Anuk. This one's called Anuk White. That's what it's called. And it's a Provence lavender.
It's a great series.
Yes.
Wow. Now, coming through here, how are you choosing the roses for your space? Is it just kind of like, are you going with the wind? Whatever strikes your fancy on any given day?
No, I need it to. Some of these roses are also ones that I took out of a person's garden. This one, the person that I took this one from, she had like 10 of them. And we started a different area, so some of them had to go. So, and I haven't been in here deadheading. So if you're a rosarian and you're like, why aren't you deadheading those roses? The funniest thing is you don't really realize that when you deadhead, they start growing again. So you still get more and more roses. Yeah. If you come out here just when the sun starts warming things up, you can really smell the fragrance. So I did that. We did have some rain, so there's a little bit of black spot, but I just don't stress about it. I just don't stress about it.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, because there's so much that doesn't have any black spot.
Oh my goodness.
This, I don't know, the jury's still out on this. This is a winter blooming jasmine. Oh no, winter blooming honeysuckle.
Oh, interesting.
And I planted it, but it's supposed to be trellising. It's not paying attention to what I'm asking it to do.
It did not read the tag.
No. You are supposed to be along that fence line so you don't see the garage, which is the garage back there. So, and then I had leftover boxwood, which will now need to be tamed because it's really happy in here as well. And again, it's all drip irrigation, but it does come on like 4 times a day. Whoa! Because roses like water. They do. And I fertilize them, and I'm asking a lot out of them because I'm fertilizing them. So
what are you using for fertilizer?
So there's kind of 3 steps. Early on, it's alfalfa. Okay. So you can put alfalfa around them, and that I use just regular pellets. Some people use meal, but the pellets you can see when they're gone, which I really like, and they're cheaper because they're just rabbit food. Great. So I do that, and then after it starts to really leaf out and start to get some buds, and I put Epsom salts around all of them. Oh, about a cup of Epsom salts around the bottom of all of them, and I go there probably like twice, and that would be in March, the first part of May, and then I switch to rose tone, which is another great rose. It's specifically for that. So yeah, and that's what I feed them the rest of the time.
I feel like I need to up my game.
Well,
I'm going to up my game.
And what you do is you just, once it goes, see now this one's so pretty, isn't that?
That's dreamy. That is so dark.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Isn't that so pretty? And this is a hybrid tea, which I'm not usually into hybrid teas, but sometimes this is called black bacata. Sometimes you just have to go with
You
it
just
because
fall
you
in
like
love with the shape.
because you like
Mm.
the flower on it. It's just gorgeous. So,
Yeah, look how healthy this new growth is.
yeah.
Just so happy.
Yes, and there's
my-
all kinds of obviously birds and bees and all that other stuff.
Ooh, sugar moon.
This one just went in.
Wow.
This one I got this at Bay Hay, which is a great nursery on
Oh
the
yeah,
island.
Bay Hay and Feed.
Bay
It's
Hay
a
and Feed.
classic.
The blooms on it were, I'm going to put that down. I will promise I will pick it up. Because you don't want to leave any debris, any rose debris in your garden, because that's where you're going to get black spot from. The blooms on it were like this big. And they smelled so amazing. Oh, so great. So anyway, there was one that wasn't performing well here. So I dug it out and gave it to a different, the guy that helps me sometimes work in the garden. He had somebody who wanted it. So it went to a good home.
Cool. I love it.
So
I love the gift economy in gardening.
I know, right? Somebody else will want it.
Yes.
But yeah, so
this looks like a really old variety.
It is. It's really old. This one's called Enchanted Peace. So it's from a long time ago. I don't even know if you can still buy them, but it's such a big, vigorous rose. That's the thing that I always thought that roses were just like
little
this,
wimpy things.
but they're not. They can just be giant.
This one is mammoth.
I know.
What do you know which one this one is?
That one is that top cream.
Oh my God.
No, this one's top cream. That is a Moonlight Romantica.
Oh my gosh. Moonlight Romantica. This is so lovely. And again, you're soft, barely there, buttery yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's yellow, there's peach in here. There's a lot of apricot. There's a lot of white. Because I don't know. Those are the colors I'm drawn to.
Yeah.
So these are all shrub roses. So you can still see into the garden, but then you still have this roses.
This is something I see you do a lot. You build height from both directions. So
I
it's
do.
like you get to enjoy it coming and going.
It's interesting.
What are you?
Pull the sambucus out.
Listen, this is a very functional garden tour.
So it's been hot here.
Yes.
This is the place you get to go when it's hot because it's cool here.
What do you call this garden? This is like a trail of magic.
So part of it is the shade garden, which is this part right here. And then it goes into the Streamside garden. So this property has a creek that runs through it all year long. It never stops. And so I get to garden that, which is really, really cool.
That's super special.
Yeah, and I call it Streamside Garden because when I was in England, I was working at the Harlow Carr Botanical Gardens, and they had what's called a Streamside Garden. And all of the plants in there want to be riparian. They want to be wet. They want their feet to be wet. So that's in here as well.
Oh, I'm going to get a lot of ideas because occasionally I run across a property where I'm like, this never dries.
Yeah.
90 degrees, sopping wet.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Oh my gosh. Now it feels like we're getting some dramatic stuff. How are you growing these out here? These pineapple lilies?
And you just put them in the ground and they grow.
But don't they like just hot blazing sun?
This gets hot, late Western sun.
Hot, late Western. Okay.
Okay. So it'll turn here, it'll be, late in it'll be.
They're not going to bloom until later, but.
Yeah, but it's probably around 1 o'clock.
Okay.
It gets sunny here.
All right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So
just enough.
It's considered, I would say it's part sun, but it's high canopy too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Your hydrangeas are gorgeous.
I know. They're just really good.
And
this is Rogersey. I'm sorry, but it's gotten a little crispy just because of that.
It's been so hot. Can you tell me, is this camouflage? Fatsia camouflage? Do we know? Ooh, I have not played with this one enough, but I'm looking at this with your hydrangea. That is really, really good.
And that ligustrum behind it is really nice.
This like sunshiny ligustrum.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, which is not supposed to be that big. I've cut that down. I don't know how many times.
I was going to say, I'm like, this was not on the label.
Yeah, no.
As per usual. True. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to ask you, this one, I was in a garden the other day and I saw it, and it's not a plant I ever play with. Can you remind me of this name?
Caringshoma palmata.
Caringshoma palmata. Where is this from?
I think it's from Japan. I'm pretty sure.
This is so
I'm not
beautiful.
exactly sure. I know, and they're so thick.
It is. This feels like a tuberose, like a Hawaiian tuberose,
It
doesn't
does,
it?
yeah. I was saying like styrofoam, but yeah.
Oh yeah, also styrofoam. It's so beautiful, but I love that you're pulling that colorway in.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't plant these, but they are here, so they get to stay.
That's it, but at least it got the note on the color story.
Good.
Look at this gorgeous variegated columbine. And that's so funny.
That is so funny. It hardly ever blooms, but I like the foliage.
I like the foliage.
Yeah. And this is the hard fern, Chilean hard fern, and it is. I struggle to get it going, and now I can't get it to stop. So I pull it out and put it over in the fern garden because there's a big fern garden over there now. Of course, I had to start a fern garden.
Of course, we have a fern garden. The fern kingdom.
Yes.
It is vast. Wow. This feels like rich, deep, jungly. What is this guy?
This is a red rhododendron. Wow. This one's called True Red. And it's red. And it has this great foliage on it that is all this kind of dusty color. And then there's some, obviously some camellias. This is a red camellia, and that's a yellow camellia called Jury's Yellow.
Wow. The new growth on this back here, it is, what is that?
That's a different one. That's Sino Grande. That's
oh my gosh.
Big one.
I was going to say, holy.
Yeah, that's Sino Grande.
Man.
But this looks so good. Right now, it's just so beautiful when the sun comes in here.
Oh.
As we start heading towards fall and the light kind of softens, it's really nice. Yeah. So.
And this hydrangea is incredible.
That's Plum Passion. And again, I don't really whack it back a lot. I just kind of let it.
You let it go.
Do its thing. The deer haven't found this, which as soon as they find it, as soon as they come, they will eat this.
Oh, sad.
I know. It's really pretty.
Oh my gosh. And what is this?
This is a big pitcher plant.
Wow.
And it's so funny because it's seeded all over the garden.
It's gorgeous.
I know. But you'll see
it's like a parasol.
It's really cool, yes. And there's a small Paris in here. Do you know Paris?
No, I don't.
Okay, so this one's a small one. So this is a dwarf, which is really cool.
Wow.
I think the other one's over there too. That's a bigger one. So that's that otherworldly plant.
I love your garden because I can recognize so many things, but there's like new friends everywhere you look. Oh, this is like hot day. I want to hide from the world.
Yeah. You can come here and a lot of times I'll journal. I journal my garden. So a lot of times I'll journal my garden here.
When you're journaling your garden, are you drawing it? Are you just putting down thoughts about your garden?
Sometimes I draw, either a new idea. A lot of times I'll draw a new idea. Sometimes I draw just a plant that's really speaking to me at the moment. I think plants kind of speak to you sometimes.
I agree.
And they say, hey, here I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not like up there there's some hydrangeas up there, and I'm not a big fan of hydrangeas, but they are so cool. Those hydrangeas have just stolen a place in my heart, shall we say.
It is really fun to see the specific hydrangeas you've selected to have a more prominent location, because they've got a little twist to them. They're speaking a different language than maybe a traditional blousy one.
Yeah, they definitely are. There's one in there that's not in bloom that we walked by that's variegated, and it's a scented variegated one. And there's another one over there right here. This one's called Serrata, and it's red, and it goes the brick red in the fall.
Cool.
It's just so cool.
You're like, it's the best.
It's the best.
Just the best. Oh man.
I say that about a lot of my plants.
I know. It's like, and this one's the best. And this one's the best.
And this one's the best.
Wow. Where is this from a tree? On your This is massive.
This is, I got so much grief for this. There was a nursery, not a nursery, but a sawmill right down the street called Smythe Lumber.
Oh, okay.
And they do this stuff all the time. And I bought this piece, and they go, oh, you're going to make a table out of it? This is make a great dining room table, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
sure.
No, I'm going to make a bridge out of it.
Also would make a lovely table, but it makes an awesome bridge.
Yeah, I wanted it to feel super organic in here. That's what I really did. And I didn't want it to feel man-made.
Mission accomplished.
Yes.
As we come down here, I want everyone to see this little vista. Please pardon the neighbors' lawn mowing, etc. But this view down here is so peaceful. And how you've woven this kind of boardwalk all the way down, it breaks up the madness of the planting.
It does. It makes you, and it immerses you. I like immersion. I like you to feel like you are living in it. You're part of it. You're a plant just like the rest of it. You know, you want to be that. You want to be there. You want to live in this. So
you've achieved it. I feel like we're on a nature walk.
You kind of are. Well, and I love, you know, I grew up hiking, loving to hike and loving to be outdoors. So this kind of is that way to me. It really speaks that way to me. So it feels like you are in the forest.
And your gunnera, holy cow.
I know. It's been a struggle getting that grown, but I finally got the right place for it. At my old house, I had one and it had its own sprinkler. Oh, so whenever you put the sprinkler on it, it had its own sprinkler and it was lovely. This one he's happy now. And this is an experiment as well. So these are more of the pitcher plants, okay?
Yeah.
So you get, and they're supposed to be hardy in the Pacific Northwest. So
yes,
that was after the winter and they still look good.
They do look really good.
Which you wouldn't, I mean, didn't you always think that you need them in like the ones up in the other rose garden? They're in that fountain thing.
Yeah. I always thought you needed to bring them in.
Yeah, no. So
not the case.
Not the case. So they are, So again, I just threw them in the ground and said, I hope they live.
We're crossing fingers.
Yes, we hope they live.
Friends, if you want to follow the trials and tribulations of the garden, the zone behind me, you can hop over to Instagram because you've been doing a really good job of kind of saying like, hey, this is working. This is not working. Here's what I'm trying. But I think that's a very honest and true reflection. And I feel like we need more gardeners out here talking about that stuff.
Yes, because sometimes you only put your best stuff out there.
Yeah.
And you don't put your mistakes and you don't put your challenges. But other people have challenges. So I've got a lot of great responses from people saying, yes, it's one of the hardest things they've ever done. So doing this. So it's been really good. And I've been getting lots of great comments. I'll have some good content on how to get there. I'm going to interview a couple of successful ones and one that's in a public garden that is not successful.
Cool.
So so we'll get more information about it. And maybe that'll help us all do a better job of wildflower gardening.
Yeah, because a wildflower garden, you think it's like this simple thing. And then all of a sudden it's like, maybe not so simple.
Yeah, it's not simple.
Okay. Well, I will link to Instagram, YouTube. You are, of course, on the internet. People can hire Susan. Holy, which I think that's like having someone very special come to your garden because you do a really beautiful job of creating these plant forward landscapes that are really filled with interesting color combinations. And then also we can read so much material you've written over at Fine Gardening.
Yes, on Fine Gardening, there's a lot of information. Some of it is behind the regional reports, which you have to be a subscriber to, but it's a great magazine to even subscribe to because they've got such good, real good advice on gardening, not just stick it in a potato and it'll grow or whatever.
Yes.
So it's really good to get good advice, and that's a good place to find it.
Yeah, practical horticulture. Thank you so much for sharing your garden. Thank you for sharing your garden with the internet. This has just been a treasure, and this is my second time here, and I'm still finding beautiful things that I want to take in, and that is the joy of a garden, and I think you've achieved something monumentally beautiful here.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, and that means a lot coming from you, because you're just amazing.
Oh my God. Okay. Love fest. Oh, Susan. This was a joy. Thank you so much for coming along on another garden adventure. We'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, get out there and say hello to your garden for me.